So I've come down today to pick some rhubarb that I'm going to freeze to put away to have for the winter and the rest of the year. Frozen rhubarb, it's super simple to do, and it makes a great thing to have on hand. You can use it in pies, if you want to make some jams and jellies or anything in the winter, any kinds of baked goods. Very simple to use from frozen. You need to take it out for pies. I usually use it right from frozen in the recipe. It's already chopped and prepped, so I just measure it out and use it. However, in the pie, for something like a cake or a cookie or a quick bread, I would take that and thaw the pieces, let them drain in a colander a little bit. Don't press them or squeeze out any of the extra juices, but then take that and put it directly into your recipe. And that way you get a little of that extra moisture out and it doesn't make your batter too soggy. So when you do that, when you use the frozen and you are measuring to put into the recipe, measure it while it's still frozen. It will shrink down. You'll lose a little bit of volume there, but that's okay. It will still all work out in the end. It will be the right measurement for you when your baked goods are done. So really simple with rhubarb. To freeze it, you don't need to blanch it. You don't need to add anything to it. All you need to do is pick however much you want to get frozen for the day. Take it in, give it a good rinse off, chop it into, usually about a quarter to a half an inch sized diced piece, and then measure it out. I like to freeze it in quantities of 2 to 4 cups, because most of my recipes, pies, I'm usually looking for like 4 cups. Baked goods, I like to double things, because if I'm going to all the trouble, why not have twice as much? So most of the baked goods recipes will have 1 to 2 cups in them. And really that's all it is. It's that simple. You don't need to add any fruit protector, no sugar, anything else. I prefer to freeze it without sugar, because then you don't have to worry about how much sugar's in it and how you need to adjust a recipe later. It will come out of the freezer. It just works great. So one of the easiest things that you can harvest, you can see the rhubarb this year is looking really good. So are those few random weeds in there. But, so I'm going to be putting away quite a bit over the next month or so that we can enjoy this all winter long. And also, I'll be picking some to make things like rhubarb sauce, which some people might call Victoria sauce. Rhubarb also works super well in things like a blueberry rhubarb or rhubarb jam, strawberry rhubarb jam. Really tons of things you can do with it. And FYI, it makes a super nice light wine too. So when you're picking rhubarb, real easy. You just want to go in, kind of look around for the stalks that you want. I'm not actually going to take this one, even though that almost looks good, because this was actually a seed stalk where I ripped off the seed head. So I'm going to skip that one, come on over to the bigger, thicker stalk, and kind of twist and pull and try and get the whole thing out of the bottom so that you get this kind of bottom piece. You can cut it off, but it's not ideal, because when you pull it like this, it stimulates the plant to grow more, and you'll get even more and more harvest. To prep this, you're going to want to take the leaf off, obviously that stem, and I don't have quite enough hands here, but we'll give it a try. I'll trim this. I usually leave the leaves right here on the side or in the middle of the patch. I'll let it mulch out some of the grass that I don't want coming up. Just kind of tuck it under there. And this is it. I've got a great stalk. I'm going to go through, get a bunch more, and I'll have plenty to put in the freezer.